Good morning. Welcome to another beautiful day here in Bangkok, Thailand. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Hope you have an amazing day. In today's episode, I'm going to talk to you guys about something that's really, more popular as well as controversial. And by the title, you can tell what I'm going to talk about today, and that is minimalism. Now, the other day, we went to IKEA to shop for some items for our condo that we moved into. So I thought, you know what, this is a perfect opportunity for me to bring up minimalism and talk to you guys about how minimalism has impacted my life and also how minimalism has allowed me to become financially independent and retire early. Minimalism, I think, can get a bad rap. I think a lot of times people think of minimalism as where you sell off everything, you live in a cardboard box, and you don't do anything. And I think those people that think that way may think that minimalism is a negative. Minimalism has more to do with just selling all your stuff. I don't encourage you to sell all your stuff, but it has a lot to do more about the way you look at money, the way you look at value of your money, the way you look at value of your time. Because minimalism can also impact how you can reduce the burden or things in your life that causes you burden, causes you stress, and takes away from your time. I'll give you one example. One burden I think a lot of us don't think about when it comes to minimalism and also kind of freeing up our time is the impact we have on relationships with others. I'll give you one example. I'm sure you've all had friends that maybe want to do something all the time, that may want to go out all the time, or may want to spend a lot of money. Because I've had those friends. I've had people I know that want to go out, and when they go out, they want to, I don't want to say show off, but they want to do things that are a little bit excessive sometimes. And with that, let's say that you want to go out to eat at a restaurant. Well, they want to go to some fancy restaurant and spend a lot of money, then go out to somewhere to have drinks afterwards. And that might not be your lifestyle. That might not be the way you want to live your life. Or that might not be something that you want to do because it costs a lot of money. Sometimes that relationship can be a burden in terms of a burden to you financially. And I'm not saying don't have friends, but sometimes having maybe too many friends or the wrong kind of friends can be more of a negative impact on your life than a positive impact on your life. But you also have friends that can be very negative. And those friends, I've had to release many friends like that because I don't want that negative energy and negative vibe, them always complaining about, it could be about money. They complain about their job. They complain about maybe their relationships. Or they complain about, just the traffic, anything. And all that negative energy comes to you. And you feel that burden. You feel that stress. And to me, that is where I can reduce those type of relationships, kind of step away, step back a little bit, and not have that burden and stress on me. Minimalism, not only do you get rid of all the things that not create value for you in terms of the things that you use, the things that you may buy on impulse, they might not create value for you. And sometimes they may cause a negative impact on your life. With relationships, you're not buying anything and you're not spending any money on anything, but does it cause a burden on you that can take away from your time, your energy, your spirit, and you can put that towards something that's going to gain value, gain you money, gain you time, gain you interest in life. And that is also another factor of minimalism. And we've all been in those situations where we've had relationships where it's hard because you want to be a good person. You want to do things for people. You want to be involved with other people in your life. But do you value your time? Do you value your mental health? If so, it may be a situation where you need to kind of distance yourself from people that may not provide great value for you, or maybe be more of a negative impact in your life. So minimalism is all about reducing those things in your life that create clutter on your life. Another thing that I think a lot of people don't think about when it comes to minimalism and decluttering is we have a tendency, especially in the United States, to sign up for all these subscription things. And we start building up a lot of subscriptions, memberships, things we sign up for, maybe with auto pay. I'll give you one example. How many subscription items do you own for television? You may have Netflix, Hulu, what else? Peacock, Amazon, Apple. I mean, there is a lot of different streaming services. And how many streaming services have you signed up for? And you pay every month on auto pay, and you don't know you're paying that. You just pay it all the time. And there's money just going out all the time. I look at that, you put all those items into like a physical thing. Let's say a marble. And you have a little basket of marbles. That, to me, if you can physically see it, to me that's clutter. That you basically spend money on these things, and they're sitting there, not creating any value for you. That's minimalism right there. Another thing that is impacting your life and can also help you to reduce, I guess, spending a lot of money is social media. Now, you're gonna think I'm crazy, but see how much social media impacts your life in regards to spending money. So you're saying, Griff, how can I reduce the clutter and spend less money on social media? Then I'll ask you, how many social media platforms are you watching every day? Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, like this channel here, YouTube. What else is there? There is Snapchat. There's these other platforms. I don't know. There's so many platforms. But these platforms are always showing you people going on luxury vacations, having nice meals, buying the nicest cars, spending all this money, having this lifestyle that you're thinking, wow, I want that lifestyle. And guess what you end up doing? You end up going out and purchasing that item. You go out and purchasing or going on the vacation that you can't afford. Or you go out and dining at this restaurant that you can't afford. And you rack up credit card bill. And imagine if you didn't see this on social media. Would you have spent that money? Chances are, probably not, because you would have never known. So sometimes decluttering social media can also impact your life. And before I started doing YouTube, I really didn't spend much time on Instagram, and I really didn't spend much time on Facebook. I enjoyed watching YouTube in my retirement, but I never watched social media that much. But I've noticed from other people how much social media has impacted their lives on wanting to spend money to keep up with appearance, to keep up with other people, to make their own videos and their own photos to show other people how wonderful they're living their life. So that would be another suggestion. Reduce your social media, declutter your social media, and be more of a, I guess, free when it comes to being the impulse to buy all these things. Because ultimately, the initial purpose of minimalism for me was to get away from this consumerism. And we have gotten so carried away with buying a bunch of crap, just a bunch of crap. And we're talking about things that break down within a matter of a month or a couple weeks. And then you have to go out and buy it again. And you're buying stuff that you may not need, and you put it in your closet. Oh yeah, do me a favor. Go to your closet and tell me how many things are in your closet that you didn't know they were there. If I was to go into your home, go into your closet, take something, would you know it was missing? I know from fact, my closet way back when, I used to look at things like I look like, what is this? Where did this come from? And how long has it been here? And that to me is clutter. Sell it, get rid of it. Just get rid of it. Because I think one thing that minimalism can also remind you of is how to find ways to find intentional purpose of what you purchase. And intentionality is the biggest key factor for minimalism. And that's how it's helped me to become financially free. Because ultimately, the goal of this channel, also to talk to you guys about minimalism, is to give you financial independence. And get away from all that stress. Because ultimately, financial independence, to me, is freedom. I'm able to live my life under my terms, however I want to live my life. So that's why I bring up certain topics like minimalism into the discussion of this channel. Because minimalism has made a huge impact on my life. Because now I have not only money, but also have time. And having time to live my life, to do what I want, is the most valuable thing. Because we all have a limited resource of time, as you all know. So, I know minimalism can get a bad rap, and there are people that are pro-minimalism, and there are people that are, I guess, anti-minimalism. And for all of you that are kind of on the fence about it, my take on minimalism is beyond that of selling all your stuff. Minimalism is finding the ways to release a lot of the burden, a lot of the clutter in your life. It might be relationships, it might be social media, it might be responsibilities. Do you set yourself up to be responsible for too many things? You know, do you take on too many projects? Do you take on too many hobbies? Do you take on too much things that take up your time in your life? And that does create a burden. Time is money. And if you're doing a lot of things that's wasting your time, clutter, then that's taken away from you using that time to make money. Ultimately, the goal is to become financially free, financially independent. So, I know I was shopping the other day, and I was shopping for a knife, and I found myself a wonderful knife. But in my home, in the United States, I also buy one knife. I don't buy that whole entire set of 13, 15, 20 piece knife set. I just need one good knife, and I buy a sharpening stone, and I baby that knife, take care of that knife, and I keep that knife forever. So when I moved here to Thailand and I went to IKEA, I bought a very good knife, I bought a sharpening stone, and now I'm gonna take care of that knife. And that knife, one knife, is the most valuable thing in the kitchen for me when it comes to cooking. So I wanted to show you that minimalism can work. It's just a matter of being intentional with what you purchase and what purpose that item or thing that you do is to your life and how much it creates value. Intentionality is the best thing. So, but that's gonna be it for today's channel. Today's episode. I don't want to talk too much longer, but I know that it definitely reminded me when we went shopping to IKEA that we were very intentional with everything we purchased. And I wanted to show you guys that as a part of our retirement here in Thailand. If you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to smash the like button. Also, if you have done minimalism or on the fence about minimalism, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about doing minimalism. Until next time, guys, have yourself a wonderful day and stay positive. We'll see you back next video. Bye-bye.